What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle, and I've been black pilled in the short term on what's going on in our world, but there's some white pill moments. And long term, I think whether that's 20 years or down the road, I think things will turn around. What I'm seeing that's white pilling me right now, the white pill means optimism, is common ground. Let's live in this area as long as possible. Bradley Beal is someone who has been pro Black Lives Matter. If you listen to the channel, you know I am very much against Black Lives Matter. But Bradley Beal and I agree here. I'd rather focus on that.
Every person in this world is going to make their own decision for themselves. I would like an explanation to, people with vaccines. Why are they still getting COVID? If that's something that we are supposed to highly be protected from. Like, it's funny that, it reduces your chances of going to the hospital. It doesn't eliminate anybody from getting COVID, right? So is everybody in here vaxxed? I would assume, right? So you all can still get COVID, right?
We're less likely to die or go to the hospital.
Okay, but you can still get COVID, right? So, and you can still pass it along with the vax, right?
So
I'm just asking the question.
Oh, sure. And so, having COVID back around the Olympics, that. The question here is, Bradley Beal already had COVID. Is that affecting his decision now?
Did it kind of reemphasize I don't need the vaccine because of that?
No. That wasn't the case. I mean, yeah, I had it, but that doesn't mean I can't get it again. I mean, it's no different than somebody with yes, I developed the antibodies for it. So my chances will be less likely now as well, right? But it's still a possibility I may get it. Just like there are players and coaches and staff who are vaxxed and missing camp right now because of it. So
here's my big takeaway. I just did a video on Nicole Hannah-Jones and I finding common ground, agreeing that this author went too far in getting someone fired that he had a negative interaction with. And someone in response to that said, because what's happening is on Twitter, you're seeing a clash of echo chambers. Because people who don't usually agree with Nicole Hannah-Jones are coming on her timeline saying, wow, I appreciate you, or wow, I usually disagree with you, but we agree now. And that's where Bradley Beal and I are at, and it's fine. So here's one of the replies. Somebody said, Stealth Mode said, all these, I normally disagree with you, but is very weird. Laugh out loud. So you could feel the awkwardness in the tweet. I think that's fine. We're just understanding, we're breathing, we're trying to absorb what's happening. All these, non-establishment people on Nicole Hannah-Jones' timeline talking about, I normally disagree, but I agree. And she's kind of weirded out. She's like, these aren't people I usually interact with or agree with, or should I disagree because they're agreeing? She doesn't know what to do. And I just said, I didn't say that all in here, but here's what I meant. It's okay. That uncomfortable feeling you have is called healing.
No matter what's around the wall, stand in the middle, because that's where healing happens.
Nobody's on. Usually people might even be negative and attacking Nicole Hannah-Jones and maybe attacking Bradley Beal for his beliefs on Black Lives Matter. But right now, we agree. Jackson Wright replied to this and said, all these weird comments are weird. It's called agreement. It's scary and strange, but try it sometime. It's fun. It's like rivals teaming up against a supervillain. Let's live in this area as much as we can for those who agree with freedom. And that's Bradley Beal's not telling anyone. I'm not telling anybody what to do or not to do. We're just making the case of it should be a choice. And if we agree, let's live in this area regardless of these other things. And the longer we live in this area where there's an intersection of our interests, who knows? Maybe we can branch out and say, hey, I don't fully agree with Black Lives Matter or the slogan, but we worked together on this. We agreed on this. We marched on this or did whatever on this. I agree that let's help decrease the amount of interaction that people have with police at least. Let's team up on that. Or let's say, and then maybe somebody might say, even though I don't agree with J6, I'm not going to call it an insurrection when we know that's not what it was. The FBI even said it wasn't. And even though I don't agree with it, people should still have due process, right? They shouldn't be held without trial. That's unconstitutional. Let's team up, not on the whole issue, but on these issues where we agree with. Thanks a lot. Let me know what you think. Take care.
Just meeting, barely touching each other. Two spirits greeting, trying to carry it further. You are one, and I am another. We should be one inside each other. You can see inside me. Will you come inside me? Do you wanna ride inside my love? You can see inside me. Will you come inside me? Strangers, only lacking the knowing, so willing, feeling infinite growing. While we're here, the whole world is turning. Should be one, fulfilling our yearning. You can see inside me. Will you come inside me? Do you wanna ride inside my love? You can see inside me. Will you come inside me? come inside me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.